Hello everyone, good to see you. I wanted to quickly jump in on this live video to talk about shame and how shame drives diet industry and how that truth is deeply, deeply buried. So you don't get to know the truth, so you can forever be on a hamster wheel of chasing after an ideal body. So I have been doing a little bit of research lately, and I'm going to tell you what I found and the numbers that I really want you to be aware of. First, I just wanted to say again that in my model and in my coaching practice, diet addiction is a primary root cause that we work with during the recovery process, even though it's not the real root cause. And about that in the moment, okay? We're going to dig deeper into the metaphysics of healing. But first, let's talk about the earthy understanding of the problem. So when I tell you that diet starts tomorrow and you cannot have certain foods or amounts of foods, and you cannot eat at certain times, and you have to moderate your intakes, and you have to be careful about them, and you have to be mindful about what you're eating and what amounts at what time, okay? Meaning you do not have food freedom. How does that change your relationship to food today? Does it make you want to eat more or less, knowing the diet starts tomorrow and they will be less available tomorrow, and you will not have access to your favorite foods tomorrow? How does that change your relationship to food today? It goes up, right? So when your food intake goes up and you really want to eat more, and you go on a diet, you agree to moderate your food, even though the label might be healthy eating or clean eating or going on a paleo because it's good for you, okay? There's this element of I cannot have something that I really, really want. How long will you be able to withstand that? How long will you be able to be on a diet before you start feeling deprived, before you will start feeling different from others, before you will start noticing that others are free to eat whatever they want, but you can't, you cannot? This is no. You have to work hard. You have to work hard, you have to moderate your intake, you have to be away from foods, because otherwise it means that there's something wrong with you, that you cannot control yourself. How long before you start feeling that? Not very long. For some people it's a day. For some people it's hours. Some people can actually push these thoughts away for a few days, maybe a week. But at some point there will be something that will make you feel worse. That will make you feel like you are a victim to a diet. And when you feel like that, how does the relationship to food change? Does it make you want to eat more or less? The appetite grows, right? So when the appetite grows, and finally, because of the famine that you have created through diets, you break the rules and eat something. What's one of the first things you feel after eating that? Especially if you have eaten an amount that you thought is not allowed. You feel bad about yourself in some way, shape, or form. And one of the emotions, if you really dig deeper and sit with it, is shame. You feel shame because you did not raise up to a standard that you either chose for yourself or someone else, diet industry, chose for you. You feel shame because you are not perfect. So when you feel that shame, what comes to the rescue? to rescue you from that, from the sin of eating, from the sin of eating foods that are bad for you, from the sin of overeating, from the sin of not sticking to the diet? What comes to rescue you? How will you fix it tomorrow or at next meal? What comes to the mind? That how can you change it? How can you moderate it? Another diet comes to mind. I will not eat till the end of the day. My diet will start tomorrow. I will be eating only soups tomorrow. Tomorrow I will eat only clean. Whatever comes, there's a moderation, there's an editing of your food intake. And again, when that moderation comes in and you decide that you have to control your food, how does that change the relationship to food today? And the cycle continues. Okay? So the driving emotion here is shame. It allows you to believe that a diet will come in and rescue you. We will be talking more in depth about it in other videos I'm planning on recording for you. But for now, let me know if this makes sense and if this is something that sounds that it could be true. You do not have to believe it at the moment, but maybe you feel that it could be true. Speaking about metaphysics, there is a reason why we believe diets are able to help us with the shame. And the reason is that we believe the reward at the end of that chase is worth the pain that you're going through right now. And that reward could be different for many different people. For the women that I work with, is a feeling of superiority in some way, shape, or form. Looking better, feeling more confident, finally fitting in clothes that they believe that women want to wear, right? That they believe they will look better. There's an outside reward of looking better. Maybe it is, when we really talk about it, it's also identification with smaller, skinnier is better, because heavier people have this negative stigma to them. They're lazy, they get stuck at jobs they don't like, and they don't have self-control. Whatever else comes to your mind when you think about fat people. So skinny is better. I am better when I'm skinny. I am a better person. I am more composed. I am more confident. Then I will be able to feel sexy. Then I will be able to do something in my life. I want to do it for the loved ones in my family. I need to get smaller because otherwise I can't play with them as much. So believing that becoming smaller will help you achieve that, and forgetting or not even allowing the thought that once you become smaller, you have to always fight to stay smaller. That the ability to believe in that lie that diet industry sells you, that your life will be better after you lose weight, even if it's becoming healthy, okay? That's also one of the labels that they use to entice you in. Your ability to believe in that lie comes from an emotional trauma that happened somewhere in your life, very early on, most likely when you were a child, when someone or something, a situation that you believe that you are not worthy, that you are not okay the way you are, and that you need to change yourself in order to receive love and approval. Maybe it was that first time that you were made to feel ashamed of yourself because of the way you look or something you did, because you did not raise up to a standard that maybe a family member had for you. Okay, I'm sure there are images popping into your mind of a child looking a certain way, doing a certain thing, getting itself dirty. Tell me what comes to your mind. What is it that pops in your mind when you see and imagine that situation? So to show you exactly how diet industry feeds off that shame, selling you a fake promise of a better life, I'm going to show you some numbers. I went on Instagram and I typed in some keywords to see how many posts I can find using that keyword. So people who have problem with diet addiction, they first believe that they're emotional eaters. Okay, I eat emotionally. When I'm sad, I eat, then I can't control myself. Well, there is over 184,000 posts with that hashtag on Instagram. Then people also think that they have a food addiction, that they're addicted to certain foods and they can't get rid of them, that something overpowers their body and they start eating. I also have heard women say that I step outside of my body and I can't control it. It's like an addiction. There are over 396,000 posts with that hashtag, food addiction. Okay, so you also might believe that you have that problem. Another problem that you have been told that you might have is binge eating disorder. And binge eating hashtag on Instagram has over 433,000 posts. Okay, so this is how much information on this is out there. You might also believe that you have a compulsive eating problem, that you have a compulsion to do it, that maybe there is actually something wrong with you, that you have that compulsion. There are about 5,000 posts with that hashtag out there. The compulsion to eat digs a little deeper than binge eating when we talk in terms of emotions and emotional trauma release. So the diet industry teaches you that you have these problems because they benefit from it, so they can sell you another diet. There are over 62 million posts with diet hashtag available on Instagram today. Okay, but from what I have been picturing for you and what is it that I am talking about, you can learn that the real problem is believing that diets will save you. So in the moment of stress, in the moment of messing up, the rescuer here is a diet. The same way a cigarette is a rescuer for negative emotions for a person addicted to cigarettes. The same way drugs are bringing solution to problems to people who have drug problem or alcohol problem. That's the rescuer. That's the solution to your problem. Okay. And diet addiction, the real first root cause that I work with and addressing of which is necessary for recovery. There are 73 posts with that hashtag on Instagram. Okay. How does it make you feel when I talk about these things? What is it that pops into your mind? Do you feel that I am not telling you the truth? Do you feel that maybe there's a little more to the story than being addicted to sugar? Do you feel that if there was no diets, an unconditional permission to eat would exist in your world? How would your relationship to food change if you were able to eat whatever you want, whenever you want? Would it make you want to eat more? Or all of a sudden food becomes neutral because there's abundant access to it at all times without limitations? So with these questions, I'm going to leave you for today. I would love more conversation on the topic, more discussion. Let me know if this interests you. If there's anything else you would like me to expand on or maybe explain a little more, give you more information. I am very, very interested in your questions. And I will be speaking more and more and more on the topic. Because in order to have food freedom and an ability to live in the body that you have right now, unchanged, without the need to edit and correct, we have to say goodbye to diets. Okay? So I hope this makes sense. Thank you so much for paying attention, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.